Good morning, class. I would like to introduce myself first. I am Bernadette Elagidao, your pre-service teacher for today's discussion. So, stand up and let us pray. Ian, will you please lead the prayer first? Okay, Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Okay, once again, good morning. So, before you sit down, pick up any pieces of paper and trash under your chair. And align your chairs properly and be seated. So, class secretary, do we have any absent today? Okay, none. So, thank you very much. How's your day? Okay, so far so good. Okay, now you can still recall our previous discussion. Good. What was our topic in our last discussion? Okay, we talk about rebuilding our societies. So, what do you think is the state of our society nowadays? Or is it good or bad? Okay, according to Ian, it is bad. If the state of our society is bad, how do you think can we rebuild our society, or how do we bring it back to where it was? Okay, according to Angie, we can start by practicing discipline by ourselves. So that's right. What else? Okay, very good. We say we should be smart in electing officials because we have experienced countless corrupt officials and we're fed up with them. Are you tired of all the corrupt officials? Yes, we're all tired of them, but even so, there are still many officials that are corrupt in the government. Why do you think did they get elected? That's right, because the people didn't know that they are corrupt. But what if the people knew that the official will be corrupt? Will you vote him? No. Why? Because we already know that he is corrupt. So yeah. But what if we didn't know we could make it the mistake of voting him? So, it is important that we know a lot of things, right? Yes, okay. Okay, I have here some things and I want you to describe them as detailed as possible. So, what is this? Okay, a bottle opener. So, how do you use a bottle opener? Okay, you put it on the top of the bottle cap, lodge the bottom point of the bottle opener under the cap, and carefully pull the handle upward. This will bend the cap and release the bottle from the cap's hold. So, very good. How about this one? What's the use of the key? Okay, to open doors or lock, you put it inside the appropriate keyhole and then twist it until the lock opens. So very good. Now what about this? Okay, a smartphone. You use it to communicate to people and you can do a lot of things to it. People use it for entertainment, studies, even business. So very well said. How did you manage to identify all these things, or how were you be able to describe them with ease? Okay, that's right. You're already familiar with these things. That's why you were able to describe them easily. But if you don't know about these things in the first place, do you think would have easily described them? Okay, no. Imagine if you're an alien and you visited Earth. It's your first time seeing all these humans and these things. Would you have described them the same way as you did a while ago? Okay, no. And why is that? Because an alien seeing the things for the first time won't know what those things were, and therefore would not know how to describe them. So that's right. That's exactly the dilemma for the character in the poem that we're going to read today. So for the learning objectives at the span of the 60-minute lesson, students should be able to A. Familiarize themselves with the imagery and creativity used by the writer. B. Be acquainted with the structure of the text. C. Appreciate the writer's style in writing. And letter D. Relate the author's perspective. Let's proceed to our formal discussion. For today's discussion, we are going to tackle one of the poem. This poem is entitled A Martian Sent a Postcard Home. So before we proceed, let's have first a little history about the author of this poem. A Martian Sent a Postcard Home and was written by Craig Rain. Rain is well known as one of the exponents of Martian poetry. Through unusual, ingenious, and sometimes humorous visual images, Rain attempts to make readers look familiar, to make the readers look fresh, illuminating ways. Okay, so let's read first the poem that entitled A Martian Sent a Postcard Home. A Martian Sent a Postcard Home, 1979 by Craig Rain. Cockstone are mechanical birds with many wings, and some are treasured for their markings. They cause the ice to melt, or the body to shrink without pain. I have never seen one fly, but sometimes they perch on the hand, miss and when the sky is tired of light, and raise its soft machine on ground. Then the world is dim and bookish, like engravings under tissue paper. Rain is when the earth is still vision. It has the property of making colors darker. Model T is a room with a lock inside. A key is torn to free the world. For movement so quick, there is a film to watch for anything messed. But time is tied to the rest or kept in a box, ticking with impatience. In homes, a haunted apparatus lives that snore when you pick it up. If the ghosts cry, they carry it to their lips and soothe it to sleep with sounds, and yet they wake it up deliberately by ticking with a finger. Only the young are allowed to suffer openly. Adults go to a punishment room with water but nothing to eat. They lock the door and suffer the noises alone. No one exempt, and everyone's pain has a different smell. At night, when all the colors die, they hide in pairs and read about themselves and color with their eyelids shut. Okay, let's figure out what things are the speaker describing in the poem. Okay, after that was the poem entitled A Martian Brought a Postcard Home. So let's figure out what things are the speaker describing in the poem. Again, okay, a book. So the Martian is referring to a book. How did the Martian describe the book? Okay, very good. A Martian describing a book as a mechanical bird with many wings. It also said that the books cause the ice to melt and the body to shrink without pain. So very good. How about in the next line? What other things that the Martian described? Okay, the Martian described the mess in the rain. How did the Martian describe the mess? Okay, he said that the mess happens when the sky is tired and it rests its soft machines on the ground. So when the Martian said it is rest its machine on the ground, what do you think it meant by the soap machines? Okay, according to Ian, it is meant the clouds because when there is mess, there is thick of fog and it look like fog. Very well said. How about the rain? How did the Martian describe the rain? Okay, according to RJ, the Martian said that rain is when the earth is television, for it has the property of making colors darker. So why do you think that the Martian compared the rain to a television? Okay, according to Angelica, because just like a television, the rain can change the color of the surrounding once it starts pouring. So very good. When we're looking at a car from the top view, what letter does it look like? Okay, very good. Letter T. So in this next line, when the Martian described Model T, it was referring to very good, a car. What other details did the Martian said that confirmed that it is a car? Okay, the Martian described it as a world that needs a key to freedom movement and a car needs a key to start. Very good. What other things did the Martian describe? Okay, a wristwatch. What lines in the poem did the Martian describe a wristwatch? Okay, according to Jan, the Martian said that time is tied to the rest or kept in a box. It is also said that time is ticking with impatience. So that's right. Now imagine you were the Martian and while you were watching a house, something started ringing and vibrating. What will be our first reaction having knowledge about the ringing object? You would get scared. So yes, that probably the reaction of the Martian too, since he described the ringing object a haunted apparatus. But what do you think is the Martian talking about? Okay, the Martian think it is referring to a phone. So what lines in the poem makes you think it's referring to a phone? Okay, the Martian said that the haunted apparatus snores when you pick it up, and then when it wakes up, people bring it to their ears and they speak to it as if soothing is it to sleep. So how is that related to a phone? Okay, because a phone, it rings when someone is calling. So the Martian thought it's haunted because it's ringing on its own. Then people pick it up and talk to the person at the other end of the line, and the Martian thought the person is talking to the phone itself. So very well said. Now, who was a baby brother or a baby sister? Okay, isn't it that the babies who wear diapers cry when their diapers are full? Okay, yes, because they also cry when they need to do their business and the adults have to clean up for them. So now imagine if you're on the Martian and you saw a baby cry because the baby's diaper are full, what will you think? Okay, you think that the baby is suffering or is in pain. So, yes, because the baby is crying, that's why the Martian thought it was in pain. So, in this line of the poem, the Martian said that only children are allowed to suffer alone and the adults have to go to a punishment room. So, what do you think is the punishment room? Referring to the baby, the situation of the baby. Okay, it's describing a toilet. So, very good. Now, the last line said that when all the colors die, humans hide in pairs and read about themselves with their eyes shut. What could the Martian be describing? Okay, it's describing the humans as they sleep. Mostly, couples sleep together and they dream together during their sleep. So, very good. Do you have any questions about the poem? None. Oh, but I do. Listen, what is the first object that the Martian is able to describe? The book. How did he describe the book? Okay, very good. Now, what two forms of weather and are mentioned in the poem? Okay, the mist and the rain. Very good. In the poem, the Martian tried to be very descriptive and detailed as possible. So tell me, how different does the Martian see the objects? Okay, is it really different compared to our perspective? Okay, it's really different because the Martian described the object with an ignorance perspective, while we see those objects as something common. It saw the object as unusual things. That's end our discussion, and for your assignment, let's see if you can stand alone apart from the group. So I have here a bank of object and someone will come up here and pick up the object and describe it like a Martian style. So got it? And for your another assignment, watch the 2009 American science film Planet 51 directed by George Blanco, and in your groups answer the following question. Again, watch the 2009 American science film Planet 51 directed by George Blanco, and in your groups answer the following question. Number 1, choose one word to describe your reaction to the movie. Again, choose one word to describe your reaction to the movie. Number 2, what image from the movie lingers in your mind? Again, what image from the movie lingers in your mind? Number 3, how would you describe the film to someone who has not seen it? Okay, number 3, how would you describe the film to someone who has not seen it? And for the last number 4, what do you think is the message of the film? Or what do you think is the message of the film? That assignment will be submitted on May 16. So I guess that's the end of our discussion. Again, I am Bernadette A. Lagidao, your English teacher for today's discussion and meeting adjourned. Thank you.